Hello and welcome to the 2024 High Stakes Putting League here on Disc Golf 716, presented by Spartan Discs. We are here at Spartan's location here on Main Street in Tonawanda for today's action for the first round of the High Stakes Putting League. I'm Dalton, your commentator, taking you all through the action, and let's meet our players for today's first round. First up, we have Jake Root, will be putting with Dynamic Discs Judges and is sponsored by Jeremy Holtke Disc Golf and Westcott Wicks. Then we have Justin McNess, also will be putting with Dynamic Discs Judges, however it is the Raptor Eye Dynamic Disc Judge. Then we have Brandon Kofod, who is going to be putting with Discmania P2, sponsored by Squala Disc Golf. And of course we have Bradford Berwick, going to be putting with Innova AVRs, sponsored by Spartan Discs and Westcott Wicks. Taking a look at hole one here, players will be teeing off from behind the glass double doors that the camera just went through, and they will be trying to clear the gap, which is about two discs put side by side next to one another. They are going to try to clear the gap to the precision basket, and if the disc lands in the basement area behind the basket, it will result in a -1. Gentlemen, you're clear to putt. Bradford for his first attempt, going a little low there. Did not go in the basement area, so only resulting in no harm, no foul for Bradford. Jake now for his first, also going a little low, not in the basement area. Here's Brandon now for his first. Brandon through and to the right. Oh no, and goes into the basement. Bounced off the top of the disc there and landing in the basement. That is a -1 for Brandon. And here's Justin for his first attempt, off the left side of the cage and out. Not in the basement, so only a 0 there for Justin on his first. Bradford for his second attempt, going to go through and connects on it. Bradford first on the board here for our group, for our first featured group here. Jake trying to match that, going for his second, and it goes a little low. Also does not go into the basement. Brandon now for his second, trying to make up for that -1 he took on his first. Just to the right, hit the cage area behind the basket, preventing it. That did not go into the basement. Justin for his second now. Justin through and off the cage, off the band, excuse me. Bradford now trying to make it 2 in a row here, trying to get up to. Just to the right there from Bradford, but is on the board with 1. Jake still searching for his first. Can he connect on it here? Sure can. Dead center there for Jake Root there. He's on the board. Brandon trying to get in so he doesn't get minus on this, off the left side. Oh my God. Another unfortunate bounce there for Brandon in the basement once again for a -2, and Justin coming up just short there on his last attempt. Taking a look at the scores there, we got Bradford and Jake with 1, and you see Brandon with a -2 after going in the basement both times. That is going to come into play a lot this go round, I'd like to say. Hole 2, over the basement area. Basically like a water carry hole. If you tee off from the long tee pad position, the black basket is worth 2. The elevated basket is worth 3. But if you tee off from the shorter tee, the black basket is worth 1 and the elevated basket is worth 2. This hole brought to you by Katie Wolcott of Howard Hanna Real Estate. Bradford for his first on this hole. Nice. Bradford connects there on his first 2-pointer. Jake going for the same and connects on it as well, matching that. Jake with his 2. Justin looking for his first points of the game here, going for the 2, just a little to the right. Went to the elevated basket, went to the right there to Justin. Now Brandon trying to get into the game here. Just short off the front of the cage there for Brandon. Still -2 right now. Bradford now his second. Bradford looking to make it 2 in a row. Looking nice. The stepper's looking nice for Bradford right now. That's a 4-point hole so far here for Bradford. Now Jake trying to answer once again. Oh, he does! Bar down. You love to see it. Justin off the left side and out. Still searching for his first. Brandon still trying to get out of the negative here. This to the right of the elevated basket once again for Brandon. Now Bradford looking to make it 3 for 3. A 6-point swing here would be huge for Bradford this early on in the game. And to the... Ooh, just short there for Bradford, but a great hole for Bradford there. Jake looking to make it 6 as well. Just short as well for Jake Root, but a great hole for both guys. Justin still searching for his first, like I said. Oh, off the front of the band. It's all right. Didn't get minus. That's good. Here's Brandon. Oh, a great hole there for Bradford and for Jake Root. Both men with 5 now. Brandon's still in the negative. Justin still searching, but he'll get there, I'm sure. Hole 3. Probably the most difficult hole on the course, if you're asking me. Mandatory left of the flag on the right, on the most right tree in the front row. The fan will be blowing from right to left. Players will have to kind of force that anhyzer through the trees. There are multiple teeing locations, as you can see, with each tee pad being worth a different value. I'll try to match that up for you best I can here. This is the white tee from where Bradford is teeing off. It's only worth 1 off the top there for Bradford. Jake also lining up his 1 from the white. Nice. Jake takes the lead here of Bradford, breaking that tie for now. 6 points for Jake Root. Justin going for his 1 on the board. Justin connects on his first. Brandon's still trying to get out of the negatives here, lining up his 1. Nice. That'll help that a little bit. Stop the bleeding just a little bit, so to speak. Bradford now for his 1. Off the front of the band, a little bit of cage, but down and out. Jake trying to extend his lead, perhaps. Off the cage, the spit out for Jake Root, unfortunately. Justin trying to make it 2 in a row here. Off the left side, that fan really does push the disc a lot more than you think it might, but it really does affect it. Now Brandon, this is from the blue tees, 4-2. Nice 2-pointer from Brandon. Goes from negative to positive real quick. Love to see it. Bradford once again going for his 1-pointer. A little high. It's all right. Jake trying to get to 2 points on this hole. Trying to extend his lead on Bradford by 2, like I said. Just a little short, little right there for Jake. Justin trying to make it 2 on this hole as well. Nice putt there from Justin. Another 2-point attempt here for Brandon. Is this going to pay off for him? Oh, just left of the basket there, but a great turnaround hole there for Brandon. Back in the positives. Jake Root in the lead here, 6-5-2-1. Only a 1-point game so far. A lot can happen, obviously. We are still in the beginning stages of this. Hole 4 is a blind hyzer shot. The players will be teeing off in front of the black riser that you see there, and there is a Mando to the right of the pole that is held up on the riser. There's 2 teeing positions. The long tee pad is for 2, and the short tee pad is for 1. Brandon has the first honor here. Nice. That is for 1. From where they are right now, there is a 1-pointer, and the 2-pointer is more to our right, their left, off the riser there for Justin on his first. Jake for 1. Just a little right. This hole ended up being one of the hardest holes, I think, statistically, for a lot of players throughout this entire event. Bradford to the right as he just shuts me up. Shuts me up real quick by making that. Justin. Off the riser once again for Justin there. It's a tough shot. It really is. It's a really tough shot. Jake again, just a little bit to the right. You got to have that hyzer the whole way. The straddle does help a little bit from the knee. Gives it a little bit more of a clear vantage point, but still you can do what Bradford did just there and hit there. See now Brandon is teeing from the 2-pointer. From the straddle, you can kind of just make out the right side of the basket and just sails it right. Does Brandon. Justin now for his 1. A little short there. 0 here for Justin on this hole. Now Jake. Here his 1. Right all 3 for Jake on this hole. Bradford looking for his 2nd on this hole for 1. Got it. Nice hole there for Bradford getting the 2. Same for Brandon. Both men with 2. Jake and Justin with 0. Bradford retaking the lead at 7 here. Now we're coming up to hole 5. This is a straight shot for the guys. There is about 1 disc length worth of clearance in between the 2 black Guardian baskets and to the blue basket. Blue basket is worth 1 point. If you land in the Guardian baskets, it will be -1. If you land in the basement area, it is also -1. Brandon for his first attempt on hole 5 here. Connects through it, no problem for Brandon. Bradford electing to not take his chances. This hole is it's high risk. It's high risk, this hole. It's probably the riskiest one. It's a 1-for-1, basically. Electing not to play it is Bradford for this one, and Justin connects on through it. Landing up here on the floor does nothing for your score, so it is kind of a strategic move there for Bradford, and there's Jake connecting on the right side, our right, their left, Guardian basket. That is a -1 there for Jake. He can correct that still. He could wipe that off there. And there's Brandon for another one. Bradford again electing to not run it. This game does require some strategy, so whatever you want to do. And nice bounce in there for Justin off the left side. Black basket in for the score, and another nice favorable kick there for Jake Root. That'll even out his score. Now it's 0 for the hole. Brandon looking for 3 for 3. Oh my God! Off the top of the band into the Guardian basket. That is going to only be a 1 for Brandon. Bradford taking the 0 for not playing the hole. Justin, nice. Good putt there for Justin. Jake now trying to potentially get on the board here. He's technically made all of his shots so far. And there it is. Jake scoring with his final one there. Bradford with the 0. Everybody else, Justin 3 for 3 on the hole. Really good hole for Justin there. We now move into hole 6, brought to you by Coffee and Stone. Through the tire. The interesting thing about this is players must call at least 1 shot through the tire and must make at least 1 attempt through the tire. You do not have to go through the tire every single time. If you make it through the tire, it is 2 points. If you make it without going through the tire, it is only worth 1. But again, players must call it to the rest of the card. Justin will line up his first. Tried to go through the tire there and almost in the basement. If you do land in the basement, it is -1. That again is a universal rule for the entire competition. Brandon also trying to go through the tire off the top of the bottom of the tire, if that makes sense. Still went through, didn't get it in there. See, there's Jake going around the tire. If he would have made that, that would have been 1, but it's 0. DD Kevin doing a good job. Bradford went through the tire. Ooh, disc almost slipped into the basement there, but that's just going to be a 0 there for Bradford. Justin now going to go over the top just a little bit to the right there. Brandon now going to line up his shot as well. Through the tire and connects. That's a 2-pointer there for Brandon. Nice. It's a tight gap, but it's very doable. Jake going over the top and just off the right side of the cage. Bradford for his second. We go up and just Bradford dancing on that line of going into the basement after hitting that tire. 2 for 2 on that. And Justin over the top and in, connects on his third. Brandon now going for his third, through the tire, off the chains and out. You hate to see it. The young man went through all the tires. Each time, Jake also tried going through a tire on his last. Bradford now going to go for a little bit of a straddle here. And up and over, down. Just a little short there for Bradford on his last attempt. Brandon winning the hole with his 2-pointer through the tire. Really close game. 2 guys with 7, 2 guys with 6 as we head into hole 7, up the stairs and to the basket at the top of the stairs. If you make it from the base of the stairs and you are standing, it is worth 1 point. But players have the option of taking a knee at the base of the stairs, and if you make it from one knee, then it is worth 2 points. This could be a big swing hole, especially with the scores so close. Brandon will go first. Little standing there. Little stand shot there. Justin will follow. Off the right side there, off the top of the cage there for Justin. Now here's Jake from a knee. This would be worth 2 if he hits that off the side. Off the divider of the door, it is a tight gap from there. There's not a lot of clearance from a knee, but Bradford will go for his shot for 2 and in. Nice shot there for Bradford. 2-pointer. That will extend. That will take him to sole leader for the time being. Brandon, another shot from a standing position, but off the cage this time. Justin once again going for his 1-pointer. Nice. Good putt there from Justin. Jake going for a knee once again. Jake off the bank! The bank shot! The 2-pointer bank. Love it. That will retie the score for the moment. Can Bradford retake the lead? A little short there for Bradford. Jake and Bradford tied for 9 at the moment. Justin now from a knee for 2. Off the door. Jake got 2 earlier, looking for more. It'd be a 4-point hole if he hits this off the band. Off the band there for Jake. And now Bradford once again going from a knee. He's already hit 1. Looking for 4. Nice. Bradford, a good hole for him. Everybody's scoring on that hole, but Bradford coming away with the lead. 11-9-7 is our scores going into hole 8, sponsored by the Spartan 716 photo booth. Perfect for every occasion on this picture-perfect hole, which is what you have to be with precision to this basket. It's about a 35 foot straight on shot, dead straight through the target basket. 1 point per make, and if the disc does happen to land in the basement, like I said, it is -1. Bradford winning the hole will go first here after his 4. Little right there for Bradford. Jake to try to narrow the lead here. See, that's the thing. That was a great putt, but it's off the the precision target, it just makes that opening so small. Again, another good putt, just a touch off there for Brandon. Justin off the target as well. Bradford for his second. Connects on it. Bradford first to score. Break the seal, so to speak. Jake just a little short there. Brandon for his second. Connects on it. That'll push him slightly ahead of Justin, unless if he connects here. Never mind. Never mind. Bradford trying to extend his lead past. Got to get away from Jake a little bit more, and he does. Another good hole for Bradford. Jake root through the opening. Good putt there for Jake. He'll go move into double digits now. Brandon off the top. Little high, little right. Justin for his final attempt on the first go round. Dead center for Justin. Decent hole for the guys here. Everybody scoring once again. Bradford and Justin with 2. Jake and Brandon with 1. Bradford has a 3-point lead on Jake as we head into hole 9. The cage hole to the elevated basket. The long tee is worth 2 points, which is about right up against the wall. Players can step putt if they would like from there. The short tee is only worth 1 point, and there is a taped boundary at the bottom of the base there. As you can see, if the disc lands inside of that area, it is going to be a penalty stroke of -1. Bradford from the long tee pad position. Can he connect on his first? A little short. Yeah, so right about there is where the 2-pointer is for the guys here. Off the band there for Justin. It is the long shot for the women's tees is a 3-pointer, which we will see. That is about where the 1-pointer is. 2-pointer for the girls. Nice shot there for Jake. Bradford is second. 2-point territory. Nice putt there for Bradford. 2-pointer. Justin thought about the 2, going for the 1. Little right there for Justin, and just rolls out of the OB area. And just a little short there for Brandon. Jake for his 1. Little left there for Jake. Bradford for his final attempt here on the front 9. Or the first 9, I should say. Another 2-pointer for Bradford, a 4-point hole. Good way to end the 9 for Bradford. Justin for 2. Nice. Oh, wait. Oh, I just niced him in the air. Oh. I thought that was like dead center. That was a disgusting spit out. Oh, my God. Brandon connects. 2-pointer. Jake to close the hole out. Under and in the penalty. We kind of cut away there, but Jake and Justin landing in the penalty area. They take a -1 on the hole. Bradford with a 4 and Brandon with a 1. Now, we come back around. The way it works is everybody gets 2 laps around the 9-hole course. We are back here on hole 1, technically hole 10, sponsored by 716 Chix, one of the fastest growing women's disc golf groups. Same rules apply to the precision basket through the glass door. Bradford gonna line up for his first. $17 for Bradford right now, as Brandon and Jake are chasing him with 9. Justin not far behind with 8. Just a little short there for Brandon on his first attempt on the second 9. Off the front there by Jake. Justin, a little high off the top. Did not go into the basement. So avoiding disaster there, and there's a little off the right side there for Bradford on his second. Brandon trying to have a bounce back hole from the last time he attacked this, and he goes through it off the right hand side of the precision basket. There's only one link of chains. It is a tough basket to hit, that is for sure. Now Jake off the top of the cage, and I don't see it went in the basement. Justin off the front of the cage, just a little short. Nobody able to draw anything so far. Can Bradford break the lid off, break the seal? Don't want to repeat myself. But here we are. Bradford does connect there. Brandon now looking for his first. A little short, but didn't get the minus this time. That's good. Here's Jake trying to get on the board there. He and Bradford having the same go around this time. Justin just a little short on his shot. Kind of a small replay of hole 1, I guess. Jake and Bradford with 1, but Brandon and Justin with 0. Back on hole 2, technically hole 11. Again, over the basement to the 2 basket options across the way. Elevated basket from the long is 3, short basket from the long is 2, and then from the short pin position, the short tee positions, the elevated is 2, the black basket is 1. Again, this hole sponsored by the official disc golf, the official realtor of disc golf, Katie Wolcott. Bradford, who had a great showing last time, continues the hot streak. The jumper, the stepper to the elevated basket is working for Bradford. That is for sure. Jake trying to match that again off the top. Off the top there for Jake. Now Brandon gonna line up his shot from the short. Up and in the elevated. Nice putt there from Brandon. Justin from the short position goes up and left of the elevated basket there. Bradford now lining up his second. Going for it again, just a little short there for Bradford. Bradford's got that stepper to the elevated basket. He's got that locked in right here. 3 for 5 ain't bad. Jake Root going for it again, a little short. Did connect on it in the first round, trying to find similar success in the second round here. Brandon going for a short again, a little left, didn't like it. You can tell he did not like that out of his hand. Justin trying to score on this hole. Another bad spit out there for Justin. Bradford for his third, going for it again off the top. He's got it dialed in for the most part. Jake, a little short again. Went for the elevated each time, but Now Brandon going to go for the long tee. First time anybody's done that today. And almost breaks the glass. Almost breaks the glass with that bomb. Now here's Justin to the right. Well, that was entertaining. Brandon and Bradford making their steppers to the elevated basket. Jake and Justin with zeros on this hole. Hole 3, back through the woods to the basket we go with the fan blowing. Once again, the Mando on the flag. There you see there on the left of this view, but on the right, as you can see, the flag is the Mando. 3 different teeing locations for the guys. A lot of them elected to do the one-pointer last time. We'll see what they elect to do here. Bradford for his 1. Little left there for Bradford. Brandon going to go for a 2. If you can see behind him where Kevin is standing, that is the 3-point option for the guys here. Jake going to go for a 1-pointer here. Little right for Jake. Justin also going to line up a 1. Couldn't really see the end of that, but it did not go in. Bradford now for his another 1-pointer. The wind really took it there at the end. It was looking pretty good until the fan picked it up. Now Brandon for 2. The only one electing for the 2 and connects on it. Nice putt there from Brandon for 2. Put him at 13. Jake now for 1. Off the band. Justin now for his 1. Justin off the band. Brutal. A lot of metal, no points for a lot of these guys. Bradford for 1. Nice. Brandon again going for the 2, looking for a 4-point hole. That would be huge. And he hits it. A big hole for Brandon. That kind of brings him back into the conversation. He was never really out of it, to be fair, but... And Jake with a nice putt. But Brandon with a 4-pointer really has narrowed the gap between him and Bradford. Excuse me. Nice putt there for Justin. Take a look at that. 21-15 after the 4-pointer there for Brandon. Jake with 11, Justin with 9. Both men not out of it by any means necessary. Still a lot of golf to be played. Back here on hole 4, the Blindheiser shot around the Mando pole. 2 different teeing locations, like I said. This hole brought to you by Team Jeremy Holtke Disc Golf. Disc golf made simple. Brandon going to line up his 1-pointer here. As you can see from the 1-pointer, the basket is pretty visible, but then when you line up the 2-pointer, it is not very visible at all. Bradford going to elect to go to a knee. This is not for extra points. This is just for better visibility. Nice putt there for Bradford. Jake Root. Nice. Made that correction from the last round. He was right in the first round. Connects on it there. Nice putt. Justin lining up his 1. Still hitting that. He hit that riser twice in the last round. Still finding it. Still finding that range. Brandon again for 1. A little right. It's all right. Bradford again from the knee. Looking for his second make in a row on this hole. He finds it. Bradford with 2 takes him to 23. Jake once again. Nice. Really made that correction. 2 in a row for Jake Root. Justin for his one. There it is. There it is. Also made the correction there. Brandon now lining up 2. Brandon's been going for these 2s. A little long. A little long. Again, that is a pure blind shot. It's really hard to see the basket even out of straddle for these guys. And Bradford off the pole, off the Mando pole. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, though. Jake for his third, going for 3 for 3. He does. Great hole for Jake Root. Justin now looking for his second. Right there, though, for Justin. A good hole for Jake Root. 3 for 3. Scores are still close. That puts him back up with Brandon. We're back here on hole 5. Bradford still holding on to his lead here. -1 in the Guardian baskets. -1 if you go into the basement area. 1 point to the blue basket. This hole sponsored by 4 Point Consulting of Buffalo. Visit fpcob.com to learn more information about saving you money. Jake Root for his first, just lasers it in. Bradford once again electing to not play the hole. But again, it's a strategy thing. Because again, you could go for the 1, but there's a good one there for Brandon. He sneaks it through. You could go for the 1. That is the goal, obviously, but it's probably easier to get into the negative. But these guys are cutting this hole up nice. Jake again firing it in there. Bradford just ran up to throw the disc away. Good hustle. Brandon for his second. Nice. Brandon for 2. Jake for 2. Do we see Justin for 2? We do. Good clip for these guys here. Jake looking for his third. Second hole. 3 in a row. Let's see it. Into the Guardian basket. Only 1 for Jake Root on this hole. Look at Bradford trying to figure out where he has to stand just to throw it away. Man's trolling out here. Brandon 3 for 3. Justin looking. Can he do it? Nice putt for Justin. Nice putting, gentlemen. Look at that. 3s for Justin and Brandon. Jake would have had 2 at least if he didn't make the Guardian basket. And Bradford trolling. All right. Hole 6 through the tire. Everybody's favorite tire shot. Over the basement. -1 in the basement. Must call at least 1 shot through the tire. Through the tire is worth 2 points. Around the tire and in is only worth 1 point. Let's see how the guys attack this one, this go around. Brandon will line up first. Was gonna go through the tire, barely avoids the basement. Justin for his first off the tire and kind of lands in there. Good work for Kevin. Jake for his first over the tire and in. Jake Root. Nice shot there, putting him to 16. Bradford went off the tire and into the basement. First, big mistake for Bradford in this round. Brandon now going to go through the tire, gets caught up there a little bit. Kevin getting his workout in today. doing all the disc retrieving with this. Over the top for Justin. Nice. Jake for his second. Over the top again and off the front. Kind of like off the band, but chain out as well. You hate to see it. Bradford going open, over and in. Needed that to correct the -1 that he just took. Brandon right through the tire, no fear. Bro's been going for that all round. Justin over the top and in. Another good hole for Justin. He is keeping himself in it, putting him up to 15, I believe. Off the top, but avoids the basement for Jake. Bradford for his last. Up and over and off the band for Bradford. Don't look now, but Brandon has closed the gap to a 2-point lead for Bradford, 23-21, with Jake and Justin not far behind. Hole 7 brought to you by Disc by Diamond Hawk Golf Course and Pub, Western New York's premier ball golf course, pub, and live music venue. Thank you so much for your sponsorship of this event and this hole. And let's see how the guys handle the uphill shot this round. Brandon from a knee. That will tie it. That will tie it. 23-23. Bradford and Brandon. Brandon, who started -2, is now tied for the lead. Jake from a knee, just a little short there for Jake. That would have been really beneficial for him. Bradford now from a knee. This would push him to 25. If he hit this off the divide and in, couldn't do what Jake did last round with the bank and in. Brandon looking for another one from the knee and connects and takes the lead. 25-23. Unreal. Nice putt there from Justin as well. Jake Root now from a knee for 2. Up. Couldn't bank it again. Bradford, this would tie it if he hits this from a knee for 2. Off the left side. This would be a big swing for Brandon. A 6-point hole if he connects on this. No! Off the left again. That would have been crazy. Justin. Nice. Smooth. Jake. 2. Short. Bradford. This would tie if he goes to the knee. He does. If he hits this, it does tie at 25. 25 apiece for Brandon and Bradford. Justin at 17, Jake Root at 16. It's a close game going into the final stretches of this round of this matchup. Hole 8, tunnel shot to the precision basket. This hole may only be worth 1 point, but every point definitely will help. Obviously, it is not the winner of the round. It is the best 4 collective scores will move on, but the more points you have, the better you are. The better off you are later on in the competition. Brandon just a little low. Justin connects, making it look easy. Straight through the center. Bradford now for his first. A little low there for Bradford. Jake for his first. Off the left side, a little bit of chain, but it wasn't going to go in anyway. It was too left. A little short again for Brandon. Justin for his second in a row here. Oh, God, sailed it. Bradford for his second. Off the band. Jake. Oh! Oh, it was like in the basket. But it doesn't count. That sucks. Great putt there for Brandon. That was a bad spit out for Jake. Justin now going. Oh, just a little short as well. Bradford for his shot, for his third. Nice. Sails it right in there. Jake. Down the middle. Oh my God, dude. Jake, I feel for you, bro. That's tough. That was a tough hole. We are still tied going into the final hole of the round. Back to the elevated basket with the OB around the base of the basket. This hole brought to you by Recycling Buffalo, the best new recycling place for any cans you may have around the house. Please support Recycling Buffalo. They do a great job for the community at large, and we appreciate them greatly. Brandon, two-pointer. That'll push him to 28. Really good round. Really great turnaround for Brandon. From -2 to co-leader. That's crazy. Off the left side for Justin there. Bradford lines it up, and nice putt for Bradford. Ties it again. 28 for both Bradford and Brandon. Jake for a step. Not in the OB area. Avoids that. Brandon for another 2. This would put him to 30. Oh, off the cage. Justin for his 2. This would put him to 20. Short. Not in the drop zone, OB, whatever you want to call it. This would also push Bradford to 30 if he hits this. Just a little right. Jake for 2. Little left, little high. Brandon with his final shot of the round, looking for 30. Does he have it? He does not, but he does not avoid the drop zone. A 28 there for Brandon. A great round for him. Justin for 2 to get to 20. Oh, just short. 18-point day for Justin. A very respectable score out here. Bradford for the sole win of the day. Both men finishing with 28. Jake for 2 to close it out. Connects. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our game. Final score, 28-28 for Brandon and Bradford, 17 for Jake, and 18 for Justin.
So tell us about your time.
It was pretty good. It was a tough course. I had low expectations. So I was trying to shoot. It was just shooter's mentality. Just keep shooting, keep trying. It went pretty good. The jump was pretty good. Got pretty good scores for the first round. Hopefully it holds up. We'll see.
Tell us about your round.
Round was good. So-so. Didn't shoot as well as I expected, but the course was super challenging. Required a lot of different putting styles and shots. So overall, I really enjoyed it.
Taking a look at the leaderboard here before we send it off. Bradford and Brandon with 28s, Justin with an 18, Jake with 17. A great round for all four guys. A big shout out to all of our sponsors for today's event. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the event. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you for the next one here on Disc Golf 716 for the second round of coverage. Until then, we'll see you next time.